Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, doing a flashlight review. It's been a while, and I feel like going outside in a minute and doing some beam shots for you, even though it's freezing. Talking about a Thrunite flashlight today. This is a TN32. This is one of their newer models, a little bit brighter than TN31. Very similar though. This one is a monster thrower. Some of the big lights are, of course, specifically built and designed for flood. You know, area lights. This one is definitely designed for throw, so I'm excited to try this for you outside. Some improvements they did. The biggest thing with this one is they used copper circuitry so that it has better heat distribution. So now you guys into your heat sinks and all you candle power form, you know, nerds out there, which is awesome. You know all your stuff. That'll mean something to you. So anyway, the first thing about this case is you get a very cool case. It comes with a light, so it keeps it protected. It's an aluminum case. It's got some kind of polyurethane style plating on here, and aluminum, you know, for the frame. It's very hard. I mean, it comes with feet on the bottom here since the handle's on the top. So you get the feet on the bottom. Very cool little case. It's fun. You know, you can have a really cheap knife, but if you have a cool case for it, for some reason you still want it. I like cases. I'm still into cases. Even if I weren't using it for a flashlight, I would find some other use for it, so it's pretty cool. So, some snaps in the front. You open it up, you got the foam top, so everything stays nice and snug in here. We have the instructions. Okay, it also gives you some information about the light. Very simple UI on this one. Turning on and off, has a collar, which gives you your different features, which I'll show you in just a minute. So we have our actual flashlight in our sheath, and then for your extras you have a couple extra O-rings and another spare boot for your button clicky switch. Thrunite's lanyard, which I'm a huge fan of. Very nice swivel lanyard here. Very good quality. It's very nice. I like these lanyards. Like I said, I mentioned this before, even if I don't use these on the flashlights, which I rarely ever do, I do like keeping them and using the front things. So there's our, you can see the foam is custom fit for this flashlight and everything else. And they have a little registration warranty card for Thrunite. So we don't need to know that. Let's take a look at this light real quick. First off, the sheath. Just had this conversation with Christina. She likes having a sheath for the flashlight. I mean, I never carry it on my person. If I'm playing around with the light, I'll actually be holding it. But I agree with her. It's cool to have a decent sheath, because more times than not, if you have a light this size, you're going to put it in your bag and you don't want it rubbing against other things. So it's nice to have a little sheath like this. It is very functional. There's a button snap on the bottom with Velcro. Okay, so you have some options here for actually carrying this on your person.
Yeah, and like that size you wouldn't carry it.
Yeah, no, of course not. So there you go. You could, you know, loop that through your belt loop on your pants. Button snaps, also nice touch, nice addition. As we all know, Velcro does wear out. But very simple design. It's a huge flashlight. But yeah, I agree. I wouldn't keep this in my pocket. So, let's put that back in our case. Close our case up. So this light is designed for people who want a lot of light. I mean, it's specifically for flashlight people, but of course, the different services, you know, Leos can find a use for this. Any kind of, you know, guard professional. There's a lot of different professions that could use a very good, powerful light with a lot of throw like this. This is running on 3 18650s, which I have here. So actually, let me take these out and put these in the battery case and show you how this works. Like I said, very similar to the TN31. I'm sure you guys have seen videos on that before as well. There's my third hand. You guys wonder how I do all these reviews. It's because I have 3 hands. There's the tail cap. That is supposed to come out, didn't break or anything. It's a separate piece. We have our battery pack. Alright, so very simple. There's also reverse polarity protection on this flashlight, so you don't have to worry about putting this battery pack in backwards. Sometimes things like that. Those are little details I like. Especially if you're going to spend a lot of money for a flashlight. Those are the nice things, what sets apart really good quality light with a just a standard light. Little features like that. So we have all of the batteries in the pack. My third hand once again looking at it. What you looking for?
No, just go.
All right. All right. So once again, the battery pack can be put in either direction. Just make sure, obviously, the positive and negative terminals are correct on the battery in the pack. Just like anything else, where the spring is going to be our negative terminal, and then the nipple or positive portion is going to be the other direction. So we put this battery pack in, then we put in our spring piece here. You can see, obviously, there's room for our tail clicky, which is right here on this piece. Let's make sure everything is lined up properly. And of course, make sure you don't cross thread. You're putting your cap back on. Go in the opposite direction until I feel that kind of fall down a little bit into place. Nice snug fit. Of course, fit and finish on this one, it's like the other Thrunites. Everything is top-notch quality. Very simple UI in this one. Same thing with the other TN models. We have a collar with an arrow pointing to what position we're going to be in. Now, what's marked on this flashlight here is strobe and standby. Our first position is all the way left. You can see that light ramping up. So, of course, all the way left will be our lowest position. Click it to turn it on. And there's our low mode. Our low mode here is 0.6 lumens. And the runtime on this on fresh CR123 battery, or excuse me, not 123, fresh 18650s is going to be 80 days of constant light. So that is a heck of a long runtime for this. All right, as we ramp this up, the next level goes up to 21 lumens, and the runtime is going to be 7 days constant. The next level is quite a bit of a jump. This goes up to 307 lumens, and a runtime is 11.5 hours. The next level is 709 lumens for 4 hours. It goes all the way up to 1132 lumens for 2 hours runtime. And keep in mind, this is all throw too. No flood here really, mostly throw. Our high, actually before we get to high, we're going to go into, actually it's going to be high next, then it's going to go into our standby mode before our strobe. High output on this is 1702 lumens for 1.5 hours. And then of course our standby mode, which you could keep this in constant if you want to go right to strobe, but all the way over would be our strobe mode. And this is the same high output of 1702 lumens, but you get 2 hours runtime. You get an extra half hour runtime because it's on strobe as opposed to constant on. Now, one thing you may notice here is the strobe changes. The style of strobe, the duration of strobe does change because your eyes could adjust to it. So you have slower wavelengths and then faster wavelengths. So it's a nice little feature. And back to standby. So I'm actually gonna shut this off, put it all the way back down to the bottom, because we're gonna go outside in a minute and I'm gonna do some beam shots for you. And very much looking forward to this. Let's look at the business end here. You have a perfectly smooth reflector, very, very deep reflector as well. Okay, it's gonna concentrate that beam for your throw. You can see just how smooth that is. And on this light we're running with a Cree XM L2U2. So latest in LED technology. Very good quality light, a lot of power in here. Again, 3 18650 rechargeable batteries, pumping out 1702 lumens. So my backyard's too small for this. I want to get a good shot, so I came down to the lake here. The lake's actually closed, so I'm sitting on top of the hill. We don't get in trouble, but I want to give you a shot here. As far as like a distance here, I mean, this beam is ridiculous. I've been playing with it down the street too. Maybe I'll give you some shots on the way back. But from where I'm standing to the beginning of the lake, I don't know if you can see, guys, just right in the middle of your screen, that snowbank right there, it's got to be a quarter of a mile. And just standing here and moving the light up, I can see across the lake. And the lake's easily 1.5 miles, 2 miles across. Of course, everything's all frozen over right now, but I mean, the beam is ridiculous. This thing is all throw. You can see the top of those trees here. Let me move my camera up a little bit. Those trees are easily 100, 200, well, maybe not 200, 100 yards out. And I can see the top of it perfectly. I mean, this is all throw. Total monster. So if you guys were looking for a heavily powered flashlight for under 200 bucks, that's all throw. This is definitely a winner right here. It's so cool. Of course, I like that there are the other options on here as well, so you can turn it all the way down to, you know, a very low mode to read in the car. So it's very functional. It's not just a powerhouse. You can see that stop sign down there, not stop sign, the road sign very clearly. So let me give you a kind of a panning shot, top of these trees, all the way across. Just so cool. And again, you know, you're not going to get the same sight that I have here in person, but awesome. It is freezing out here, so I think I'm going to go back now. But yeah, what a powerhouse. All throw. Of course, you do have some spill naturally. It's not going to be as wide of a beam as, say, the TN30. But, I mean, this thing, like I said, it's all throw. Total monster, so very, very cool. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care.